let's get things situated and begin. Once again, the beginning. That being. Wait, why is... It's in the wrong spot. Which is more work on Eldritchrune. I'm really wanting to get this boss battle done this week. So, we're going to try our best to get through all of what's left to do, which is still quite a bit. Hello, thank you for coming to the stream. I hope that you're doing well on this Sunday. It's not quite as rainy as it was yesterday, but still pretty wet. That's alright. It's supposed to be wet. It's November. It's supposed to be wet and cold around here. But yes, today we're going to do more character cleans on this part for Eldritchrune. I'm almost halfway through. It's because it's a 18-parter, or 18-pager, so it's a long one. Nice. Nice. Glad you're almost done. I'm really hoping I can get this part done in time, because it's a lot to do. This is a complicated one. A lot of effects and stuff like that, and again, 2-parter, so 18 pages. I just really wanted to get it done before my next episode starts. For work. Sorry if I do my little morning coughs. It's probably the cold water I'm drinking on a fairly cold day. I don't know. Whew. It's nice to get... Also, thankfully, I finished a Anthrofractal, so... Sped through that yesterday. I gotta still upload it, but the actual work is done. Which is good, because I'm like, I got so much of this part to do. The backgrounds are all done, thankfully. Except for like one particular thing, but that's like a special effect. And so now I just gotta work on the characters. Yeah, I gotta do some Eldritchrune character art too. I've been so focused on trying to get the scenes done, I haven't done much character art. I need to do that as well. If only I had more time. Now I want to do like another theory video. There's never enough time in the day for stuff. Art time, hooray! Thank you for coming. Appreciate you being here. Join me for more Susie's. Being her cool self. Always a good time for art time. Yeah, you don't want to stretch yourself too thin either. I'm definitely guilty of that. I'm like, I want to do this and I want to do that, but I gotta do this and that, and I gotta do my work, and it never ends. It's all my own fault, but yeah, I still haven't written the next scene either. I know I'll probably do the Miss Mizzle scene next, so I'm gonna write that. Hopefully it won't be as long as this one. Better not be. This one's pretty long, but boss battle, so what can you do? Well, your dang antlers all falling all over the place. I mean, every single time you see me drawing her antlers, know in my heart that I'm yelling at them. Which means I am truthfully yelling at myself. Yes, I hope that your week has gone okay. I know it's been a rough one. Been a little better for me towards the end. Again, what was it, on Friday? I was trying to think of what to watch, and somebody was like, oh, you should check out Snapcube's real-time Kingdom Hearts dub. Yep, exactly. A real-time Kingdom Hearts dub. And I'm like, okay, sure. And so I did put that on while I was working. I'm like, oh, I was laughing so hard. Like, crying, laughing at parts of it. It was just what I needed. That cheered me up. A good time. After bad Thursday. So... thank you, people who recommended that to me. I enjoyed it. Now I gotta check out some of the other real-time dubs, because those are just really funny. And then last night, I went to a friend's comedy show thing. It's like the nerdy group. They do a bunch of stuff. They do like improv comedy and trivia and burlesque and stuff like that. Like a whole bunch of all that kind of stuff and nerdy stuff. And so I went to support my friend, and it was very fun. They did like debate comedy, and their team won the debate, so it was very good. Also, it was, it's just like full of nerds for this, live music, burlesque comedy stuff, whatever, because, like, we were doing, like, music trivia, and the very first song that they did for music trivia was Hopes and Dreams. And I'm like, I know that one! Everybody immediately starts bopping along to it. So it was a fun time. This city is full of nerds, so... Of course there is, nerd comedy, nerd burlesque. I got it for all the stuff. Yeah, I am subscribed to Cinema Therapy. I found myself only sometimes watching their stuff. I don't know, like, some stuff I'm just not interested in. Some stuff I'm like, okay, this was fine. So, they do alright, I think. I don't think I've seen this. Have I seen a silent voice? I don't think I have. I don't think I have. I need to see more weird movies. That's another thing I did this week is, went with some friends to see Angel's Egg in the theater because they were doing a remastered version of that movie, which I had not seen before. This is a fun take on this song. And it was very strange. It was a very strange movie. But, like, I like me a good messed up weird anime movie that doesn't make sense. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I really like this. I don't know, it's just like it's good for you to see a movie you don't get. So much of entertainment nowadays, including the entertainment I make for my job, is like designed to just like sell a product and make you a consumer. It's good for you to see stuff that's like, oh, I'm not a consumer, I'm a person, Anyways, it was a good movie. Very long stints in there where just like nothing happens. You just kind of have to sit quiet with it. Yeah, it's a weird movie. I don't know if you've seen Eraserhead, but I would kind of put it into the same category of that as like it's a lot of surreal imagery. There's kind of a plot, but the plot's not really important. It's more about kind of like what do you think this means? What are these images like? Deal with that. Oh, a silent voice. Okay, I'm stupid. Sorry. I missed it. Sorry about that. I should see a silent voice too. Oh, okay, Wolfwalkers is really good though. I love Wolfwalkers. Hello, thank you so much for coming. Chris having a bad day, as usual. What else are they doing in Eldritchrune but having a bad day? They need to have a good one now and then. Yes, we're talking about weird movies and stuff. Have tissues on standby. Is it one of those movies that like you can see once and then like never again? Because that was basically me with like Grave of the Fireflies. I'm like, I saw Grave of the Fireflies. I'm glad I saw it. I'm never gonna watch that again. At what point does a bad day become an average day? Good question. Maybe we shouldn't ask that for Chris. Yeah, I like Cartoon Saloon stuff. I worked for them, well, with them, briefly. That was a bit of a difficult production for me, but I don't know if that was necessarily Cartoon Saloon's fault. I think it was more the fault of some other people that was a difficult production for me, but I did my best with what I was able to do. And that wasn't working on their films, that was working on their one TV show. Okay, not as depressing as Grave of the Fireflies. Well, that's a plus. I mean, yeah, Grave of the Fireflies is supposed to be depressing. That is the point. But yeah, Cartoon Saloon does really good stuff. I definitely love I love their films. Like I love Wolfwalkers. I love Song of the Sea. I love Secret of Kells. I got that on DVD. Like drag my family. We have to go see Secret of Kells in the theaters. It's not a channel. It's a studio. They've done few shorts. Oh, I know. I need to see My Father's Dragon. I haven't seen that yet. I think that was one of the most recent movies. Oh, you're talking about cinema therapy. Okay. Sorry, I missed where the conversation went. I missed it. Yeah, that's true. The days where they're just walking, you know, not a bad day. Oh, Cartoon Saloon is not a channel. That is a studio. It is a studio based in Ireland. Yeah, Chris has some days that are not terrible. You know, just walking for a long period of time. Get to camp. You know, run into minions and stuff like that, but compared to, like, you know, the bosses and stuff, they become more manageable than, you know, the really big horrors. Humans can get used to anything if you know, do it enough, unfortunately. And yeah, no, you should check out Cartoon Saloon's works because they're really good. They've primarily done movies. But they did do a TV show that I worked on briefly. And they might have done some shorts. Hello, thank you for coming. Appreciate you being here. As we continue on with this boss battle, which is proving to take a very long time to draw. Because a lot of Tenna, because Tenna's got all these big capsules on his back. Tenna, clean yourself up. Anyways, I hope that you all are doing well on this Sunday. And like not a great week this week, but I have been cheered up a little bit past few days from various things, including my friends in real life. Who are cool folks who do cool things. That's the truth. Let's see. Alsa's like, I'll solo him, it's fine. I can do it. I can do it 9 times. Speaking of, I really should get some of that, Homestar Runner merch that's in Fangamer now. They're like, they have a Trogdor plushie? That was my college experience, was Homestar Runner. My friends and I would all gather around our little laptops when the new, you know, Strong Bad Email came out. Well, that means it's time to get a new pencil. I need to go shopping soon for some, like, traditional art supplies. Oh wait, what were you binging? Sorry, I want to make sure I'm talking about the right thing. Conversation goes fast sometimes. Oh yes, Strong Bad, yes. I think we actually did get those on DVDs. Like way back in the day, they released like Strong Bad Emails and some other stuff on DVD. We've actually bought those DVDs. They were really good. I should binge some more of that. I still quote some of that in my millennial humor. I'm like, you all have your 6 7s and I have Wave of Babies and Toad and those loonies are gonna blow up the ocean. We'll blow up the ocean. And of course, computer over. Virus equals very yes. That's not a good prize. Strong Bad, did you get a virus? No. Did you get 400,000 viruses? Yes. Very yes. I can't relate, I know. I have become old. I don't understand the memes anymore. Yeah, I should actually check out Fierin. Like that's available for me. I should actually just go check that out. Well, once I finish watching I started watching Del Toro's Frankenstein. That's been good so far. I usually can only squeeze in like actually paying attention to a movie while I'm eating. So I'm like, okay, I'll get like 15 minutes of this movie in while I'm eating my dinner. Because if I'm working on stuff, then I'm paying attention to the work, not to what's on my screen. But I should check out Fierin. It looks good. Also, I really appreciate that, like, that meme that was going around Blue Sky and stuff, where, like, this one artist was, like, really struggling to, you know, draw Fierin from that really difficult angle where you're looking up. And instead of, like, being made fun of, people were like, oh, no, yeah, that angle's really hard. Let's all try and do it. Like, that's cool. That's sweet. Everybody, like, just... I like art memes like that, where it's sincere and it's just about, you know, having fun and learning together. So, that sells Fierin for me even more. That was some art. To be fair, that angle is really hard. Even if, like, you're a professional, like, there's just something about that particular angle that's, like, I don't know, it's a tough thing to figure out. So I'm glad the response to that was, like, haha, your art sucks, but more like, oh, yeah, that's hard, let's all do it together. Yeah, exactly. Let's not do it at somebody's expense. I'm certainly guilty of that sometimes, but I appreciate when that doesn't happen. Especially, I think, nowadays, people are like, okay, you know, we need to, you know, support human artists with these, you know, corporate, yeah, I'll have my machine do it for you kind of nonsense. We can't do that. I'd much rather have, like, awkward-looking Fierin from bad angle than, you know, whatever slop's being pushed on us. Oh, that's so cute! Did they change their VA? Oh my goodness. That's adorable. Okay. Well, maybe I'll watch... Yeah, I gotta watch Hazbin Hotel, too. People keep saying, like, oh, you need to check out, you know, Hazbin Hotel. I'm like, okay, I'll get to it at some point. I should probably watch it. Like, I have some friends, real-life friends, who are, you know, big into it. So I should just watch it with friends, because it'd probably be better to do that than, like, by myself. You know, get that communal experience that's so often missing from stuff these days. So, I'll set up a time for that at some point. Of course they did. Like, that's the whole point. AI can't do what you want. You can approximate a guess, but that's not the same thing as, like, actually doing it. Yeah, I heard that season 2 gets better, so, which good. Generally, when you let things have more seasons, they improve. I have the opposite problem. My friends are like, you need to watch Hazbin Hotel. I'm like, I know, I'll do it someday. But yeah, I did want to watch Fierin, but I should definitely finish the Del Toro Frankenstein first. You wanted this, and so here's an angle. Exactly. I can be your angle. Or your other angle. I can't be the angle you asked for, though, because I don't know what that is. I'm just a dummy-dumb robot. Yeah, I know they're not related other than, like, you know, there's elves in it, but I did really enjoy Delicious in Dungeon. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I do need to check out more non-animated stuff, too. Like, I do a lot of animated, you know, watch a lot of animated shows, but it's good to be exposed to other things as well. So, I need to find some other non-animated movies and shows to keep up my vocabulary good. I have not seen The Good Place. That's another one I want to see. Also, part of the problem is like finding where to watch this stuff, because I have Netflix. I don't really want to watch. I don't really want to get any more streaming services. They're already, you know, it's gonna add up like cable. So, if there are means to watch it places that are Netflix or otherwise, I mean, I'm sure there's, you know, very legal means other places, but you just work out how to do that. Yeah, like, I mostly watch animated stuff, for sure, because that's what I prefer, and, you know, I'm a big animation buff. I love me my animated stuff, but I do recognize the fact that, you know, that can't be your whole media diet. You gotta diversify. You gotta try all kinds of different things. It's good for you as an artist to, you know, not do all the same kind of thing. So I gotta try and do that more. But good grief, the lack of time is tough. Having audiobooks to read while I do chores does help. I am currently reading over audiobooks. I'm reading The Dispossessed by Ursula K. Le Guin, because I really like all of the stuff that Ursula K. Le Guin's done, and so let's check out this sci-fi thing. Which it is sci-fi, but it's also largely just been about like communism and socialism and stuff, and capitalism and all that goodness. Lizard butt. Watch out, it's Susie butt. Yeah, exactly. That's why it's important to expose yourself to a lot of different kinds of art. It's good for you. You'll learn new things, Susie butt. You will learn the power of Susie butt. It is actually kind of hard to draw a lizard from behind, because they don't lizards don't really have butts. Not in the same way that mammals have butts. Yeah, I did hear that Cobra Kai was interesting, just because yeah, supposedly it's about, like, you know, the villains of Karate Kid, but kind of takes a more sympathetic angle to them. Oh, I have a new doodle request. Alright, please DM me your character of choice. Let's do it. I've got the doodle page already open. I'm ready for you. Yeah, no, I actually have heard Cobra Kai is good. Man, it seems like off is probably going to go faster than I expected compared to, like, some longer stuff. So I'm like, man, I might have to already think about what game I'm going to do next after off. Maybe I should do a series of shorter things. Like, I do want to do Soul of Sovereignty. And I'm kind of wondering, I'm like, maybe I should break my, my no fan games until they're finished rule, and maybe I should check out, you know, TS Underswap and Delta Traveler, stuff like that. Alright, I'm going to check out the thing. Alright, either form's fine. Okay, I'm going to, since I have done the Dark World version previously for you, I'm going to do the Light World version. Hello, hello. Thank you for coming. Thank you both for coming. All right, we're popping over to the doodle page. I really like this song too. So, yeah, so much to do, so little time. That's so many emotes. Oh my goodness. We're working on Eldritchrune today, but we are popping over real quick to the doodle page to do a doodle request. If you have a certain amount of channel points, you can do a doodle request. And it will be added to the doodle page. And when the doodle page is finished, we will share it with everybody and start a new page. I like fluffy things. I like drawing fluffy things is fun. I should draw the Kieran again sometime from like specifically the My Little Pony Kieran, because I miss drawing Autumn Blaze. That was one of my favorite episodes to work on. Good, yeah, good thing there's a fandom dedicated to anything fluffy. True. Yeah, I'm so happy I got to work on that episode. I really lucked out with that. Because you don't really get to choose what episode you're assigned to. They just kind of like, okay, this is where you are in the schedule. You're going to be doing this episode sort of thing. And I got lucky. I got assigned to the Kieran episode. Yeah, don't give me any has-been spoilers. I gotta watch it at some point. They took out a knife as if they need it. Sorry, just out of pocket. What do you mean? What do they need a knife for? They're giant animatronics. They don't need it. No, I'm sorry. I don't know King Sam-a-Lot. I don't know it. Oh, the Kieran song? Yes, I did do that. Yes. That song is one that I boarded. I worked really hard on that. I was really happy with it. I think that was like the first thing I did on that episode. Was like, okay, I'm gonna tackle the song right away. I'm also happy that I got the song because again, you don't get to choose which episode you on, and at least in the case of MLP, you don't get to choose which sections you take. They assign that to you. Oh, the ad. Whoops, sorry. Oh man. Anyways, here's your guy. Ava. She's so cute. Thank you for doing the sketch request. We're gonna fill up this page eventually. We're like 2/3 of the way there almost. Okay, that's fine. I was like, wait, what FNAF movie thing is going on? No, that's totally fine. That's really funny. I gotta say that's really funny. Cause yeah, what do they need a knife for? You're not wrong. Yeah, if your knife is intimidation factor, the fact that they're like 12 feet tall and have big scary teeth is not enough, I guess. Okay. Whatever. I fell out of FNAF a long time ago. More intimidation. It's not enough. We have to make them scarier because now kids are used to it. And you can beat them up. Feed the kitties. The creatures demand their food. don't know. I think I'd have to think about that. I think I might be more confused if they had a knife. Then I'm like, what do you need that for? What else is going on here? One of them has a chainsaw. Next thing you know, we're reenacting, you know, whatchamahoo. Night of the Living Dead, whatever it is. Oh, that's not what it is. Good grief, I'm already forgetting. Evil Dead. You know, that movie. I think my uncle showed that movie to me like a million years ago. Cutting a delicious slice of cake. Oh no, now we're mouthwashing. Oh no! I can't wait for Golden Freddy to have a gun. I'm just picturing like that, you know, jump scare of Golden Freddy's head, and then like with the, you know, the head, there's just like that, you know, JPEG picture of a hand holding a gun. Now it's spookier. No, maybe he will. What's Matt Pat doing these days? I know he retired from game theory. Well, maybe it's for the best, but here's Yogi. Till this moment, straps a bomb to his chest. He was in an interview. Yeah, I don't think they needed the red eyes. Subtlety. But I haven't seen the movie. I've kind of tried not to, you know, give FNAF any my money because Scott Cawthon. But good grief, what am I doing in terms of throwing here? Also, shoot, I think I gotta do a stretch break here. Yay, I'm glad you worked on your applications. Alright, we will stop for my stretch break. It's stretch break time. Yeah, I saw that he was like trying to get into Congress and stuff, or like running for office, and like people can make fun of that, but we actually do need like, you know, young people who are, you know, aware of and relevant to culturally and technologically what younger people are dealing with, as opposed to these old fossils who can't program a microwave and yet they're running legislation on the internet. So I would rather have somebody who has an idea of, you know, what they're talking about, at least in a cultural sense. You're starting a lobbying movement? Okay. Well, unfortunately, that is how a lot of stuff gets done. Okay. Well, that is relevant. Yeah. There's a lot of creator economy stuff going on, just because like, goodness knows it's not easy to make a living with a regular job these days, so a lot of people turn to creator economy. Like, I feel comfortable enough doing this right now because I have another job and it's making stuff. It's still art, but it's like a regular job with, like, you know, benefits and stuff like that, as opposed to like all my, like, if I was having to get all of my revenue from YouTube and Twitch, oh, that would be so stressful. Like, I think I could hack it, but I like the fact that even if, you know, most of my day is spent working on stuff I don't really care about, I know I can do it, and the pays okay. All right, good luck with the portfolio. 60 drawings. That's a lot of drawings. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Good luck. You got this. You're already like you're almost halfway done. You're almost halfway done. 25. You just need 5 more and you'll be halfway done. You can do it. Go for it. But thank you for popping by. As we talk about arts and all that stuff. But yeah, if MatPat's using like his platform to like, again, push awareness of legislation needed regarding creator economy stuff, then I'd say that's a good thing. It's better than ignoring it, for sure. Because otherwise, it just kind of leaves people floundering. We need creator economy union. I don't, like, you probably get that to work. It'd be hard, but doable. Of course, that's my suggestion for a lot of things. Unionize. You need that pushback of power. YouTuber union, yeah. YouTuber and Twitch streamer union. Yeah, that's important. You gotta advocate for yourself. You gotta advocate for, your group as well, because otherwise, who's gonna do it? Okay, I will be right back for one more stretch and water and stuff. Alrighty, I'm back from my brief little stretchies. We do love freedom of expression. It is, in fact, extremely important. Alright, we're back at it. We're in the second half of things now. Hooray! No, I want both of these, please. Tenna continues to ham it up. Feeding the fuzzy creatures! Welcome back. I hope the fuzzy creatures appreciated the foods. Like, without me, fuzzy creatures, you would starve and probably eat me or something. Freedoms! Alphys needs to get her crickets later today. It's so funny. She has come to, like, recognize the fact that, like, if I'm breaking out certain tubs with, like, purple lids on them, that means the crickets are coming. So she'll see the tub with the purple lid, and she's like, oh, crickets, and, like, will, rush to the glass and try and get ready for it. And I guess she associates the color purple with, oh, there's crickets there, because then I'll remove the lid, the purple lid, and her eyes are still, like, following the lid, like, wait, the lid! Wait, that's where the crickets are. And I'm like, no, honey, that's just the lid. The crickets are inside the Tupperware. And then her eyesight must be a little funky because she keeps trying to bite the edge of the Tupperware. The cricket circle! Mommy, where are you taking the cricket circle? Like, the cricket circle's right here. That's just the top of the cricket circle. Dog's like, oh, break time means me time. It's extremely cute. It's very sweet. I wish she was more enthusiastic about her vegetables, but, you know, I'm not enthusiastic about my vegetables either, so I can't really blame her for that. I'm like, Alphys, there's your greens. You want to eat some? And she's like, well, no, I want to eat a bug. Probably past time for me to give her a fruit treat, though. I should get her a banana or a berry or something. Exactly. At the end of the day, we all want to eat a bug. Deep in our hearts, we desire bug. Be nice if I could give her a worm, but the vet said that she's a little overweight, and worms are fatty, and it's not like you can really get a lizard to exercise. So no worms, just crickets. The crickets are not as high in fat as worms. It works sometimes. If the crickets are, you know, in the greens, she might go after them and grab a mouthful of greens there. Thing is, the crickets might hop out because they are alive. They are not dead. Mutiny for worms. That is the one not fun part about keeping a lizard is like, oh, you have to also keep crickets alive. And they are messy. They're messy little buggers. They like poop everywhere. You're wondering, like, how can you tell they're like little tiny bugs? How can you tell what cricket poop is? It kind of looks like black sand. I mean, yeah, of course they're alive. Like, of course they poop. They're alive. Also, there's like a lot of them in a small space, so that's going to accumulate more than it would like in the wild. You know, if you're out, you probably are not seeing bug poop. Because it's very small. It just mixes in with the dirt. Heck, effectively, it's just kind of part of dirt, so, you know, it's not really going to hurt you all that much either. No more than just all the other parts of dirt will, anyway. But yeah, when the bugs are not in dirt, and they're all kind of, you know, grouped together in a small area, you're like, oh wait, bugs poop quite a bit, don't they? At least crickets do. Well, that's just why I gotta clean them out regularly. They gotta be alive because, one, it's actually better for her to have live bugs. There's more nutrients in the live bugs than there are in, like, a dead one. And two, she likes them more. They have, you know, a little hunter instinct, so she's attracted to the bugs moving. If they kind of stop moving, then she'll, like, kind of, forget about it and be like, well, I guess it's gone. But the fact the bug is moving is what attracts her attention and makes her want to eat it. Like, oh yes, you're such a brave little hunter. You tracked down a whole cricket. Oh no. Oh no, that's no fun. Oh. It's always really upsetting when it's like a bug touches you and you weren't expecting it and it wasn't supposed to be there. Ooh. I'm assuming they're not actually like a problem for humans. They're just kind of creepy. No, not much T-Rex ferocity. Just kind of like, huh, oh, bug, okay, bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye. I haven't gotten that many spiders in my house. They show up on occasion, but, they're not a big deal. They're just little spiders. They're not, like, really big boys or anything. They're just annoying. Yeah. It's just never fun when, like, it's like logically you know that, okay, this is a little bug, it's not going to actually hurt me, it's not, a problem, but it's just the surprise of like having a little thing like on your body that you didn't expect to be there, and there's some kind of just like brain thing triggered in that where it's like what? Oh, okay, that would freak me out. I've never had centipedes in my house before. Oh my goodness. Oh, that would freak me out. I will say, well, most bugs do not freak me out, but centipedes are scary because I've never really had one in my house before, and scorpions scare me a lot. I don't like scorpions. They're freaky. I recognize them as important creatures to the ecosystem, but I would, like, I wish them no harm, but I would probably freak out if I ever found one in my house, which is probably not going to happen because I don't think they're native here. No, I don't think I will leave your house. It's my house now. You're just gonna have to live with me. I actually have no clue if centipede... There might be centipedes here, but I've never seen one. Your ass does not have 100 legs. I always like those millipedes where they really do like have I have 10 bajillion legs. Yeah, exactly. But bugs are cool. I appreciate our bug friends. We would not have life without bug friends. But please, bugs, please stay outside in your own house, and I will be in my house, and we will enjoy our respective houses together. Dodecapede loser, get off the curtains. Oh, really? Was it just like for pets, or was it raising them for like a feed or something like that? Ooh, mantises. Well, we can be sure of one thing. It wasn't a giant, deadly mantis. It's pets. Aw. That's sweet. I feel a little bad like keeping crickets as food for my other pet, but I know some people like keep crickets as like a pet. I think it's fine to have bugs as pets. I think that's sweet. Okay, well, if the same range of the U.S. is all centipedes, then there's probably centipedes here in Canada. I'm pretty sure they don't stop at the border. They don't care about that kind of thing. You humans and your fake lines in the world. We go where we want. We're centipedes. Yeah, mantises are cool. I like mantises. They don't have passports. How would they get over the border? Well, you see, there's a secret world of mice that runs parallel to the human world. And they do all the same things as humans do, except they're small. So the mantises have, mice passports, mouse passports. Only they're mantises. that's the way of it. How do they do it? They're small. Well, they're doing it through the mouse society, which is exactly like our society, but it's small. Exactly. Is there a word for that genre of just like secret society of exactly the same as human society, but it's mice? Pixar. No, this definitely existed before Pixar. That's Ratigan. I know it's you. I'm just a really big mouse. I'm just big boned. To be fair, the mouse society needs to stick to their mouse society and not come into human society, because I have had mice in my apartment before and do not care for that. I got nothing against mice either, but mice, you need to not be in my house. You need to not be eating my food. The problem is like there's got to be like I don't know, more humane ways of dealing with mice or something, because when I had the mouse problem in my apartment, like the exterminator or whatever came to like, okay, this is how we're gonna, you know, take care of the mice. One, you plug up all their holes, and then two, like, you pump like this gas or something into the walls that like dehydrates them. And I'm like, that sounds really torturous. I think I'd kind of prefer just like the old-fashioned mousetrap of snapping their neck. Like, what? That doesn't seem humane. A rat taking a mouse passport to get into Alberta. No. I do like how you look at, like, I guess it does beat the old-fashioned carving knife. Sir, he's Remy from Ratatouille. I do like the fact that, like, you look at a map of, like, you know, rat populations of the world, and pretty much the entire world is, except for the poles, is covered in rats. Except for Alberta. Alberta's just like, we're constantly vigilant. You will not have rats here. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. How would you feel if, like, you know, you were living in your regular human society, but every once in a while, like, you step a little bit outside your society and there's just, like, a giant trap made for you. And if you step inside, it will chop your head off. And that's just, like, a thing you have to deal with in your life. That sign won't stop me because I can't read. They're staging to invade Alberta and their secret rat society. The problem with, like, Alberta being like, we will have no rats ever, no rats allowed, is that because there are no rats filling that certain ecological niche, other animals are coming in to fill that niche, mostly mice. So now there's a mouse problem. Which is in some ways kind of worse because, like, the way that rats work when they're in human societies is that they will build their nests away from people. They will go and get food and then bring it back to their nests. Whereas a mouse is like, okay, I'm just going to set up my nest really close to the food, so my nest is in your house now. And so now you have mice in your house, as opposed to rats who will come into your house and then leave with the food. Yeah, and we should not exterminate mosquitoes. They actually do, like, they are gross to deal with, but they serve actually a very important ecological niche. The rats have to pay taxes. They have to pay their rat taxes. I guess in the mouse society, they have to pay mouse taxes. Run their mouse infrastructure. I know, that's the other sad thing. No pet rats. No rats allowed, not even fancy rats, no pet rats. I kind of wonder, like, if you're a reptile keeper in Alberta, and, you know, you're regularly feeding, you know, mice and rats to your pets, can you not buy, like, rats for pet food? If they would wash their little paws and use their rat toilets. Exactly. I think the problem people have with rats is the sanitary of it. Yeah, no malaria. Yeah, and honestly, it would be way easier to just eliminate malaria than it would be to eliminate mosquitoes. Didn't they come up with... They had a malaria vaccine. Didn't they develop that recently? Like, that was really big news, because malaria is, like, a serious problem in a lot of places in the world. And didn't they have a malaria vaccine they just came out with? Am I remembering wrong? It was, like, some big deal. I thought I heard they had a malaria vaccine. Like, that would be incredible. And seriously, way, way better than, like, let's kill all the mosquitoes. It's from 2023? Okay, so, yeah, I was right. And I was also drawing on the wrong layer, because I'm an idiot. Alright, we'll switch these around. Whoops. Oh, I thought we got rid of guinea worm. that's a big deal. It reduces by by a third? Oh, that's so good. I imagine if they just keep using it, then it'll get even better. Yeah, that's a big deal. Yeah, I know malaria has been such a big problem in so much of the world for so long, so that's incredible. Between this and, like, you know, we have a AIDS vaccine now, like, it's good to be reminded that, oh yeah, like, we can actually, like, change the world for the better. Despite the people who are really determined to make it worse. We can, you know, make it better. Yeah, exactly. Imagine how much further we can get, yeah, if this, you know, stuff was funded, not privatized, and we were able to do much more with it. Oh no, I'm sorry about that. It really is frustrating how, like, you know, it feels like we can get really close to, like, something important and helpful, and then, oh no, we gotta push all of our money into, like, funding the lying machine that the tech bros want. Ugh. I'll try not to get too angry about that. I'll just yell forever about it. It's fine, our future AI god is gonna tell us how to eradicate malaria. Why would we want to do that ourselves when we can make up a lying machine to pretend to do that for us? Wait, that is crazy. Why do we have, like, tick medicine for dogs and cats and none for people? That's another thing I remembered. It was like, when our dog got bit by a rattlesnake once, we had to get her some anti-venom, and it's like, oh, you can actually get vaccines now for rattlesnake bites. I'm like, wait, we have those for dogs? Do we not have those for people? Like, can we not do a rattlesnake, you know, a venom vaccine? Yeah, sorry, I was saying lying machine, not lion. That's a machine that makes lions the animal. That is doing things computers were already doing, like 0.5% better. True. Which that's fine if we want to do that, but I don't know if it costs that much money. And even then, some of the things making computers do worse. Again, like, spell check should just be checking the dictionary. It should not be checking everybody else's spelling. Yeah, seriously. Whoa, the computer wouldn't lie to me. It's made of the internet. The internet's never lied to us. Wait, the tick medicine thing is available in Europe, but not here? That's weird, because isn't it like... I feel like... I'm sure there's ticks in Europe, but I feel like it's kind of a bigger problem in North America. Okay, so tick medicine is a chemical that can be dangerous for a small population over prolonged exposure. I see. Okay. So, it might not be safe for humans, is the answer. I understand. I know. Ugh. It's so frustrating. My mom teaches English, and she had to start having her students write their essays by hand on paper in class because they found, oh, even the, you know, Grammarly, whatever, even their spell checks programs were rewriting their essays for them. And it's like, that's the opposite of what you want to do in a class where you teach people to write. Yeah, you can't, like, we can't do that. It's one thing to be like, oh, okay, check your spelling on a word you might not know very well. It's another thing to, like, completely rewrite all your sentences. We can't do that. Are you writing an essay? Let me make it worse for you. Back in my day, when I was taking AP US History, I had to write 5 essays a week uphill in the snow. Which I actually did. Not the snow part, but 5 essays a week. It sucks eggs, I know. Ugh. Just like this big bug, Tenna. Yeah, that one? That's the very smart computer? I don't know, dude. I think if you have to ask the makes up things machine to make your argument for you, you're already kind of losing. Like, maybe don't do that. I don't understand the ones that are like, I need to ask, ChatGTP to, decide what I'm going to eat for dinner. I'm like, can you not decide that yourself? Yeah, thank you, uBlock Origin, for existing. Good grief. I know, I'm sorry. We gotta change gears so I'm not talking about the plagiarism machine too much. Sorry. Also, I do like seeing your special like colored gel inks. Those are always fun to use. I think this particular part is taking a long time to draw because Tenna like is a complicated character design. It takes a long time to draw him. He's got all these like sharp points on him. Deltarune theory, Chris. that's literally the problem. I need to make a new theory video. And like you just summed it up. Like that's probably what it would be. Deltarune theory, Chris? Like, no. You're not wrong. That's probably what I should do next. I mean, I wouldn't title it that, but you could sum it up that way. I need to make another theory video. Uh-oh, but I have so much else to do. Oh, yeah. Oh no. Covered in spots. No. It's all fun and games until you gotta draw the character multiple times. From lots of angles. Exactly. You think that cool, complicated design will be fun now, but watch out. Whoa, they wear clothing? Papyrus just realized that you've been wearing clothing the whole time. Have you always wanted to flirt with me? Does this mean they want to go on a date? Well, they are apparently good at flirting. According to Susie. I like how Chris is like, ugh! To the festival? They need like little festival outfits. That'd be cute. My sources trust me, bro. I told you, dog. For realsies. Yeah, gosh, I need to do a new theory video now. I gotta spend some time like thinking through it, research it, stuff like that. Basically expanding on, like my original thoughts were that, oh, Chris's soul is in Ralsei right now. Like that was my theories before chapters 3 and 4, and now with new information, I'm kind of like, huh, we seem to have more stuff going on here. But an idea I heard that I liked was that their soul is actually split 3 ways. One with, or I'll say one with the knight, and one is still with Chris. And I'm like, huh, interesting. I think this is an idea worth exploring. Chris Knight was real, but also not really. It's like, it's still Des, but I think maybe some of Chris ended up there to kind of keep her on life support. Because, like, the antlers, the baseball bat, yeah, like, that's got to be Des. But then there's some other things, like the fact that they imitate each other's poses. Everybody gets a Chris. Yeah, it's reverse third entity theory. There's not somebody else controlling Chris. Chris is controlling everybody. Yeah. Consider Milk Freak Night. Milk Looker. I am kind of glad that Chris Knight ended up being wrong. I didn't want Chris to be the knight, but I was wondering, you know, hey, I can see Chris joining the knight or something, and then it turned out that was just the case from the whole time. So I'm like, oh, okay. Preemptively correct. Wait, it's all Chris? Always has been. Okay, that's kind of a fun way to do. Freak prophecy. What do I think about Des wanting to be human? I'm actually open to that idea. I do not think Des was human. I don't think that's a good thought, because I think a big part of Chris's problem is that they were the only human in town. Even with, like, half-human theory for Susie or whatever, I'm like, okay, she is new to this town. Chris does not act like they grew up with somebody with another human. They act like they were the only human. But I can see it as a thing of, like, Des being like, hey, like, humans are cool. I like humans. I think, you know, I could see her as playing it as, like, a freedom thing. She's like, you know, if you're a monster like me, you've got to fit in this certain way. Everybody expects you to, like, be this way. And, you know, especially with her family and stuff. She's like, I'm supposed to be this, you know, kind, festive person, and I don't like that. I want to be myself. I wish I was more human, because humans, they get to do whatever they want. They can be violent if they want. They can, you know, they have so much more freedom than I do as a monster. So I can see that kind of coming in, where like, Des thinks that humans are cool. She thinks the blood stuff is cool. She thinks that's why she wears shoes. Is she's like, okay, humans are cool. Like, kind of trying to encourage Chris in that way, and then it just completely backfires. Humans, they can be pacifists or use their fists. That what if worked? She's just lies and intimidation. But no, I am intrigued by the idea that, in kind of a parallel to Chris, you know, wishing that they were a monster, that Des was like, no, actually, I think you should be, you know, be happy that you were a human, because humans are cool, and I wish I was more like, I wish I could be more like humans, kind of thing. And then especially, like, if it's played out in a way of, like, you know, humans are permitted to be more violent than monsters are. It's kind of expected that a human is naturally, like, you know, more violent and stuff like that than a monster is, and then something violent happens to Des, that's going to hit Chris extremely hard. Humans are cool. They have these things called guns. I'm pretty sure they know what those are. Yeah, the Des-Chris dynamic. So I don't know if that would necessarily be the case, but, like, I could see that be an interesting take on it. Yes, they do. Yeah, because I don't think the shoes are like, yes, this means that Des was a human, because they say these are shoes that are made for hooves. But I'm like, okay, why are all these pairs of shoes in Des's closet? Maybe she's like, I want to wear shoes. I want to, you know, do some more human things. Yeah, exactly. Oh, goodness. It's all right. I've come to the end of the page. It's already my stretch time. So let's do a stretch break. Yeah. She does have her own magic, yeah. But even then, she's, as she puts it, she's like, oh, it's just hurting people magic. This monster propaganda, yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't think Susie wants to be more human. Even if she is half human, I don't think she, like, necessarily likes that part of herself. 'Cause, like, she has some kind of dysphoria stuff with it, but, like, notice how she's really into, like, kaiju. And she's like, oh, you know, it'd be really cool to be, like, you know, this really big monster. Just like, she says she likes the monster movies more than giant human movies. I suspect that in that sense, she's like, if I'm going to be, you know, partially monster, I want to lean into the monster half. I want to just be the most monster possible. Like, she's got some other stuff going on, because she thinks blood is cool, but if she is half human, I don't think that's a half she particularly likes. Yeah, exactly. She does not pass. It would be a thing of, like, this is just a burden on me. I'm supposed to fit in with this society that, you know, I'm supposedly a part of, but I can't. I can't possibly do that because I don't look like a human. Yeah, it would be simpler for her to, like, be, if I was just a monster, things would be simpler. Yeah, it does imply that she, like, felt like she had to fit in, so she understood Chris's thing of, like, oh, I understand, like, you know, feeling like you have to fit into society in order to get by. But I don't think that she wanted to be like, oh, I wish I was more human. I think she's always wanted to lean into the monster stuff. And that's why she kind of does that, like, through her actions. And again, she likes monster movies more. All that kind of stuff. Yeah. Some kind of discomfort in their body race is part of the parallel. Like, I definitely don't think Des is a human, but I think at the very least Des is like, I don't fit in with my family. I don't really want to fit in with my family. You know, we're all expected to be this perfect, you know, Christmassy holiday thing, but that's not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in, you know, all this rough stuff and, you know, weed and army things and sports and etc. And, you know, if I was, you know, it's cool that humans get to do whatever they want. I don't like the fact that I'm expected to be this way because this is my family. Why the hell do you look like me? Bubsy 4D. Alright, I gotta get my orange juice here. That's great, Des. I'll always support you. So, I can see that being an interesting aspect of Des. And again, especially if Chris feels like they had a hand in what happened to her. And then, like, Carol plays that up of, like, oh, Chris, you know, you humans are just naturally more violent. You know, I know you can't help it, but I know that, you know, you would help make it right. Like, just really leaning in on, you know, them being a human is, like, their fault, like, part of their guilt for what happened. Yeah, that would be, like, crossing the line, but the thing is, I can see her doing that. Like, it doesn't have to be, like, this overt racism. Like, this just really subtle thing. Enough to push Chris's buttons where they're absolutely are being like, alright, yep, I'm gonna get possessed by the soul. I'm going to self-destruct because that's what I deserve. Because, it ain't good for them. It's pretty bad. Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta do one more stretch and get my juice and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I could totally see it going where... and the thing is, it's like, you know, I don't think there are any, you know, truly evil villains in Delta and stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure that, whatever's going on with Carol is going to be understandable. She's doing this out of, like, grief for her child and, you know, desire for control over things and stuff like that. But I don't want it to be like, oh, she was actually good this whole time. Like, sure, her motivations can be understandable. And that makes for a good villain and all that kind of stuff. But I do want them to kind of lean into her, like, no, her response to this is, like, not appropriate. And I could see her basically, especially depending on how much she knows about the prophecy and stuff, her basically taking advantage of Chris's self-hatred and internalized racism towards her own ends is something I could see happening. And I think that would probably be one of the most legit villainous evil things we see. Yeah, exactly. Like, no, I don't think she's just doing evil for the sake of it. That's silly. She has her reasons. But I still want it to be like, yeah, you had your reasons, but this still was a very cruel thing to do. Because that's interesting. Oh, it hits home for you? Oh, I imagine for some people it would. I imagine so. Oh, this part's going to be so annoying to color in. All the little spots and stuff. I'm wondering if she's going to show up in the Dark World or not because her name's not on Gaster's list, but, like, why do you have katanas in real life, lady? Why do you have multiple katanas? What's going to happen with those? What's going on? It's scary. Yeah, I mean, that is like a kind of thing that could happen in real life, is that people are like, oh, you were, you know, you're from this background, you were born this way, well, you must be inherently violent, you must be inherently this way. Like, that is definitely real world, like, racism and sexism we gotta deal with. Carol unironically said she's been studying the blade. that would go hard. Like, it would be really funny. We love us an effed up, you know, MILF or whatever. But, yeah, I'm really sorry about that. That does sound like that would be really hard to deal with, so... I think it would be really effective. That would probably be one of the most villainous things we see in that sort of thing. Pencil versus katana. Chris does have a real knife, and if they fight the knight, they have a black shard. But to be fair, katana is probably still going to win against a knife or a little shard. The pencil is mightier than the sword, so the katana becomes a darkener. We don't really know what happens to real life weapons. Real knife? No. I always forget their pelvis. Skeletons. Dang skeletons! Fear me if you dare. This is my gatito blade. Yeah, I mean, it might happen. It could happen. I'm afraid if that did happen, because it's, you know, it's one thing if we're, you know, in the dark world and, you know, we got our magic and act abilities and all that stuff and special weapons. In the real world, that is an adult with a sword. Like, I hope the sword hanging over your bed is sheathed, because if that falls down, that would hurt. Let's be friends. I know, Carol was, you know, taking on unsuspecting burglars. We ran straight into the loving embrace of Undyne. Strife, fight your parents. But also Ness has, like, well, did Ness have a baseball bat or did Ness have, like, a yo-yo? The bat actually would probably do some decent damage. Probably would be better than a... You want something with range in real life, I'm thinking. Smash! Pshing! Make that noise. I just love fruitcake. Well, it's fine. You know, ACAB, fight the cops. Aluminum back to the shins. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt like heck. I did enjoy Mother 3, though. That was really fun. Not even sure what I drew in this part. Good grief. It's gonna take forever. It comes back for, like, just the one fight. I feel like that would be kind of terrifying, especially after we've gotten so used to, like, you know, the Eldritchrune battle system. All of a sudden having, like, the Undertale one come back, it's like, ooh, ooh. I feel like that would jump scare me. It's possible. Insane cliffhanger. I'm pretty sure we're going to get some kind of insane cliffhanger with Chapter 5. Something crazy will happen with that. But also, I don't think we're going to, like... I don't think the Titans are going to show up in the real world, like, as Titans. Like they did in the Dark World. It will be more of, like, a biblical-style flood, you know, basically just waters all over the place. We're in the Avengers Endgame Undertale now. Yeah, Chapter 5 definitely gonna be shit hitting the fan. Just how it's gonna be. Yeah, that's what we were saying, is that, oh, what if all of a sudden the Undertale battle system shows up, like, in the light world? Let's see if I can copy paste these guys. There's way too many of them. Copy pastas. Yeah, I do think that Chapter 5 we're going to be ending with Noelle making the next Dark World. That's my prediction. I think things are going to go very great for their, you know, festival date, and then they're going to go very badly very fast. That one joke. And then there was inside a giant 6 all along. No, then we're going to have to deal with more 6, 7 jokes, and I still don't understand those at all. Excuse me. Ooh. Excuse me. Why am I coughing? I'm hacking up a lung. That'll be fine. I think the air is just very dry. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can't copy paste some of this. Okay, so the deal with 6-7 is just we have a innocuous thing, and it's funny because of just the way it was said or something like that. That's my guess. E. I don't understand E either, so I guess the tradition continues. Dog check. We love us a dog check. The children follow the pointed tail. Alright, let's see if I can't copy you over, I guess. Save ourselves a bit of time. Oh, some of it's still in there. I'll keep people saying like, oh, something new's happened on the website, and it's never, not much. Oh, I think I drew that wrong. Oh well. And wasn't one of the pages called "The Poor Children"? That went somewhere. I don't remember which one that went to. I don't think there's one for "The Children Followed the Pointed Tail" or anything, but I think there is one for "The Poor Children." The poor children. I'll admit I'm still a little lost on like all the stuff involving like friend and pointed tail. I'm like, not sure. I don't know if I have any solid ideas. Therapy one. Won't someone think of the children? Yeah, I did put a thing in. I'm guessing the how long did it take her to smile thing was more weird root related stuff, because the smile thank you kind of thing, that seems weird root related. Things took a weird route just now. I do wish that my my statement had made it into the anniversary stream, but that's okay. If there's like 400,000, then chances are good that's gonna get missed. What did I say? Donation stream thing? The 10th anniversary? Oh, and the statement? Oh, good grief. I can't remember. You know, it was very much a, you know, a sentimental thing of like, you know, oh, you know, this game made a lot to me and meant a lot to me, and I, you know, developed a lot of my art, made a lot of friends. Oh, the weird root crow? Oh, okay, yeah. That's another meme I don't get. That's related to Fantastic Four, I guess. Is that the joke in the movie Fantastic Four? Do they say like, "What are we, the Fantastic Four?" And then he says, "Say that again." Is like, is that the joke? Did I guess it? It's like a roll credits joke. Okay. I'm glad I could figure that out easily. Oh yeah, the Kanako sprite. Oh, I'm sad about that. I'm really sad. I was depressed so much Thursday. Oh, ad timing. Yeah, I thought that was like a real thing from the film. I mean, I haven't seen the film, but that was my guess. Just seeing it coupled with that, I'm guessing, okay, is that what the joke is? Because it's a very predictable joke, if so. I don't know, sometimes we need a predictable joke. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to redesign them. It's a little late for that. I've already drawn them in some places. They could end up getting eaten by a monster, though. Ugh. That could happen. Yeah, the character was there first. What are we? Some kind of suicide squad? They mostly just show up in the background. They haven't shown up that much. No spoken lines or anything. What are we? Some kind of X-Men? Haha, isn't it cringe fail that we're superheroes? Why do we have to wear silly costumes? Not like it's a part of the medium or something. What are we? Some kind of Lynx griffin? Well, that just happened. I just realized I forgot Tenna's mandibles! Ah, you stupid big bug! Why are you so complicated to draw? Alright, I'm gonna just add them on here and hope they don't look too bad. Uh-oh, that is a cursed timeline. Ugh. I should have added that line to the skybox. Oh, jeez. What is this? Some kind of Eldritchrune Chapter 5 normal route? My Eldritchrune Chapter 5 normal route. He does start shrinking rapidly. Become ant-sized. You jerk. Exactly. That is what being an artist is. This is a hell of entirely my own making, and yet I will scream at the heavens about it. I hope people like this when it comes out, because it's a lot of drawing for Mr. Tenna. Mr. Tenna's TV time. Oh no, my hubris, no! They do love this guy. This guy has a lot of love. I'm not that shocked about that. I feel like that was always kind of how it was going to go. However, I think Garrison deserves more love. When I catch the person who's making all my terrible decisions, there's gonna be hell to pay. True. Uh-oh. I was the cause of my own downfall. Woo! I don't know if I'm ever going to get to the Spamton boss battle. I don't know if it can cover anything that I haven't already covered or am interested in doing. The more you try to sexy man, the less you succeed. A sexy man just happens. The reason why it worked with Tenna is because he's a, sopping wet little pathetic man. He's a weird guy. He's like, why don't you want to hang out with me, children? Please hang out with me. It's okay, Tenna. We'll hook you up with the local depressed NB. You'll have just what they need. He is a bound god in this AU, but he will become a sad little guy. Not little, but he will become, metaphorically a sad little guy. And a page that will hopefully look very cool, but it's going to be a pain in the ass to color and draw because of just how it's set up. It's very Tumblr sexy man of you. True. Exactly. Tumblr likes dirt and rocks. That's a sexy dirt and rock. Oh boy, you have the bubbles, and now you have the power to make me draw you a thing very quickly. What do you want? Use your power wisely. Oh, hey guys. Hey guys, my stuff. This is an old video, so I'm not surprised there's a hey guys spiel. I'm going to talk over. Hey, I'm pretty sure this is one that came out in like 2015, 2016. So 10-year-old fan music. I still have it on my playlist. My goal is by the time that all the rest of Deltarune is out, I want 2,000 songs on my playlist. We'll see how many I can get, because I think a lot of them have vanished. They're now, like, you know, privated, but you don't know which ones, and it just will never tell you. So it's like, is there a way to, like, delete all private videos from a playlist? Because I can't do that. How close am I to where? Oh. That's a lot of bubbles. Oh no, I'm being threatened. I'm being threatened by bubbles. Oh, how close am I to 2,000 songs? I think I'm at about 1,300 songs right now. So I would need about 700 more. You know, I'm still trying to add as I go. As long as they don't keep getting deleted. But if we have 3 more chapters of Deltarune, plus, you know, if anybody else adds, you know, more to previous chapters or Undertale. I should actually add some more from, like, fan songs or, like, Undertale Yellow, stuff like that. Get those in there. That would help fill it out. But yeah, I need about 700 more, and then I will reach my goal. But hopefully 3 more Deltarune chapters will help fill out the 700 there. That's a lot of requests. You can do one if you want. Hello, hello. Thank you for coming. We are working our way through this Eldritchrune boss battle, which is taking a while. Oh my gosh, when am I supposed to stretch? Probably in a few minutes. Yeah, they're not really in their own playlist. They're like, there's a couple of fan songs in there. Like, you know, I've got some Megalo Strike Back. I've got some Alphys Takes Action. I've got a couple of random things, you know, from Undertale Yellow. Basically, if I'm like, I like it, I'll just put it in the playlist. But they're not in a separate one. A Screaming Opossum. Okay. Let's move over. We're going from Screaming Ralisay to Screaming Opossum. I do like Alphys Takes Action. I think that's a really great song. Alright, I gotta look up what an opossum looks like. What is my favorite Deltarune song? Oh, I've got so many favorites. I really like Cyber's World. I really like From Now On. I'm going to forget what I just said a second while I go look up Possum. Like from Possum Kingdom. Oh my goodness, get out of here, AI images. I said hide. Okay. Opossum. Yeah, Pandora Palace is great. Another good one. I like a lot of the music in Chapter 4. Chapter 4 is some of my favorite music. Okay. He screamed! I scream! Yeah, I love Second and Third Sanctuary. I love, you know, Hammer of Justice. Yeah, I like TV Time and TV World. I like Sword a lot, actually. Sword's really good. Angry little trash cat. Of course, do like Don't Forget. I can do a Skong request. If it's just like, hey, draw this character, then we can do some Skongs. I don't know if I'm ever going to be playing Skong. I want to try Hollow Knight sometime, but I'm afraid of Skong. I saw playthroughs of it, and I was like, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I think I'll be okay with spoilers. I think I'll be okay with that. I'm sure if I like see what a character looks like, I'll you know, I'll probably forget by the time I actually get to playing Silksong if I ever do. Don't forgore. Alright. Possum! Eee! It screamed! There we go. Thank you for the request. We've added Screaming Possum to our collection. Yeah, I think I would have to try Silksong first, see how I do with that before I tried... Or I'd have to try Hollow Knight before I do Silksong. And I'm afeared I would not be very good at it. Precision platforming, not my strong suit. Well, thank you. This happened to me in real life. When I was living with my friends, you know, out of college, one of our cats got out once, and we were trying to find her, so we set up a trap close to our house with some cat food in it in the hopes that, that would lure her to come back. And then at 1 in the morning at one point, we had we heard noises outside, so we run outside to the cat trap, and there was a possum in the cat trap, and it was really angry, and we were like, oh no, we have to let it out of the trap, and it was just really hard because it was really strong, and we get close to the possum and it's like and just very angry, screaming at us. We finally get over to the trap and we try and pry the door open, and it wouldn't leave. We're like, leave, please, go away, possum, please. And it's just sitting in the trap like... So, eventually we were able to tip it over and it ran away. But we had to deal with screaming possum at 1 in the morning. It was a hard time. Oh, well, if you stay long enough, you will get enough points for our favorite Roaring Night. I want some food and you put me in jail? True, I'm sorry. That was not meant for you. It was meant for our cat. We did find the cat eventually. Thankfully. We did not find the cat in the trap, though. The trap did not work for the cat. It worked for the opossum, but not for the cat. Yeah, opossums don't carry rabies. They are good boys. They are just scary. The drops of phlegm on the mic. I'm doing my best possum impression. Oh my goodness, thank you for following. I super appreciate it. Yeah, for my schedule, I usually play video games on Fridays. Currently I'm playing off, and probably will do more in the future. And then on Sunday mornings, I draw. Usually I'm working on my Deltarune AU Eldritchrune. That's what we're doing today. Sometimes I'll do other stuff, but there's just so much Eldritchrune to do that's usually what I'm working on. I like him too. I can't wait to draw him in the ending. He's going to be a lot of fun in the ending. Oh no! Oh no! Poor dog and possum! Oh no! That would be quite the tumble. Oh. You gotta be careful. There's sometimes some crazy wildlife around. Again, one of our first dogs, she got bit by a rattlesnake when she went outside. She didn't even, yelp or anything. It was kind of crazy. She just was nosing around at something in the bushes and then, went back in with my brother, and he realized that, her nose was just swelling up really big. and she was kind of panting and, you know, not doing much. And he's like, oh, maybe she got stung by a bee. And took her to the vet, and it's like, oh no, she got bit by a rattlesnake on the nose. And it's a good thing they caught it in time. Although she was never the same after that. That was pretty bad. Aw, cat named Stella. That's a sweet name. Is a friend to play with. I have no cats or dogs, but I do have a lizard named Alphys, and she's my special little girl. But I can always visit my friends' cats. They've got some cats. And when I visit my family at Christmas, I'll see their dog, who's named Bilbo. He's a big sweetie. He loves attention. Spawned on the keyboard. I love animals. Animals are the best. That is true. They're like, oh, are you doing something? Well, I'm going to be doing that with you. Here on your keyboard. Gosh, I don't remember which remix this is. This is an intense one. Timeless cat situation. True. I fucking love hammers. How about Silksong Bell Beast? Okay, well, hopefully I can look that up on the internet. Let's see. And after I do this, I'm going to need to take my break, because I've been going a little longer than I think I was supposed to. Okay. Bell Beast. Come on, duck, duck, go. Oh, I know this guy. This guy's not a spoiler. Okay. He's like the little taxi, isn't he? That's a cute guy. Bell Beast will be like, hello, I've made friends with the possum. These might be named blah, blah, blah. No, from the little bit I've watched of Silksong, this is like a fast travel thing, isn't it? That's not really a spoiler. I think that's fine. That's cute. It's like a very big roly-poly. Well, thank you for requesting them. There we go. Very cute drawings. Okay, and then after I do this, I gotta do my stretch break. She's screaming at the Bell Beast. The Bell Beast just wants to be friends. Let's be friends. Alright, there we go. Bell Beast. We fill out our thing even more. Okay. And what we gotta do next is I need a stretch break, because I think I went a little long. That's okay. Yes, we're getting closer to the sheet filling up, so soon, soon, soon. The Queen's Chariot cannot be stopped unless you press the stop button and, you know, Ralsei's Castle, and then it'll stop, and just press go and it'll go again. I'm not sure quite why people are like, this proves that the prophecy isn't real because the Queen's Chariot is stopped. And I'm like, I don't think that's quite what it means, but... Chris, get the banana. Exactly. The Queen's Chariot will not stop for bananas. We will get them. And get the potassium. Yeah, now I kind of wish I had a banana. Banana sounds good, actually. I could go for a banana, and I'm sure Alphys would like a piece of banana too. That's her favorite treat. But she struggles to eat it. I like give her a little slice of banana, and she's like, she's like trying. I'm like, baby, just use your teeth and bite it. She's like, I can't, it's slippery. Yeah, I liked the potassium meme. That was fun. I'm sorry, I prefer it over driving in my car or whatever it is. I'm glad at least that one's fallen out of fashion, because I'm like, okay, whatever. But I'm probably just old and cranky. I'm old. I like the I'm old meme. Like, that was fun. That was a good one. I like Tom and Jerry shenanigans with the soul. That was funny. Chris is like, I'm gonna get you with a hockey stick. Well, yeah, I guess what counts as a meme and what doesn't? Like, is it something that has to be organically grown, or is it just like a line that you repeat, even if it's from the game? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I don't know. Memes feel like pretty flexible things. I think it's just like a joke or an idea that gets repeated a lot. Carol, Chris, get the soul. Does the soul hemoglobin? I'm about to say, what's our alternative to potassium? Possession. I guess there's a little bit of calcium in there, or potassium in there, but not that much. So yeah, has anybody done that where it's just like Carol in place of Queen going possession as soon as Chris gets the soul? It feels like a easy meme to do. Possession is just potassium with less letters, and also different ones. Actually, possession probably has more letters than potassium. Actually, are they the same? I don't know. I'm not going to stop to think about it. I gotta stretch my wrist. Technically speaking, you can say that about every word. Every word has some letters, but not the same as other letters, and also different ones. It's like all words are just made up of letters or something. At least in the Latin alphabet. Other alphabets, maybe not. Alright. Stretchy, stretchy. You can't spell prepared without several letters from my name. True, exactly. Alright, I'll be right back for one more stretch. And water and etc. Alright, I'm returning. Yes, this is, I think this mix is by Amy Waters. Does really good mixes. It's kind of like a chiptune. I don't want to say synthwave, I'm not sure on the genre. But one of those. Alright, I think we can do 2 more half-hour sessions. That'll be good. I really like Ruins. That's one of my favorite songs from Undertale. Like, I don't know, like, pretty much as soon as I, heard Ruins, when I was first playing Undertale, I was like, oh, this is going to be special. It just kind of, like, immediately clicked for me. And, has stayed that way since. Okay. Ugh. Problems. I'm gonna turn off that later so I can see what the heck I'm doing with our beasties. Our beastie girls as opposed to beastie boys. Birdly now counts as one of the girls. Like, we were supposed to be protecting Chris from the thing and it didn't work out. Oh no! Well, at this point, Noel's antlers are not as annoying as having to do whatever the heck's going on with Tenna. At least we're only drawing him for this one part. I'm really hoping I can finish this part this week before my next episode starts. I'm gonna have to hoof it, I think. Because there's still quite, even once the clean lines are done, there's still quite a bit to do. Gotta do fills, and all the shading. And then this one has a lot of effects in it, so we're gonna be busy doing that. Noelle, honey, sweetie, gravy, I am back. Welcome back. I do want to see more Queen interacting with people because she is very funny. Actually, I'm still just curious in general how, like, Castletown people are going to interact with Chapter 4 Darkners, because they're also weird. All them philosophizers and cups. My lad, one cup. My cup, my lad, listen to my long tale of the alphabet. Sexual Rousey with a beard. Here he is. Well, this is Susie at this moment, but there is a conceptual Rousey as well. Very important, protecting yourself against the woke mind fires. Queen, it is too late for that. She is already lesbians. She is the most lesbians that ever lesbianed. I love Noelle. She is so cool. She's the cutest. Like I said, I feel like Toby somehow managed to completely nail, like, yes, that is a teenage girl. That is what they're like. You did it. You figured it out. So few people can get that right. Your proper nerdy teenage girl is also a total freak. Quietly doing her homework and never bothering anybody, and then when she's on the internet, she gets to be a freak. Like, I kind of feel like canon kind of like acknowledge that with a bit of the antonym mention or reference with having Grr on her what was it, her calendar or something like that. Like, what's this weird green dog thing? I'm like, hey, I'm the antonym of the internet. Been cleaning up the viruses that you have left. When you talk about your search history, who has the more embarrassing search history, Noelle or Asriel? That's the question. Because Asriel seems pretty embarrassing too. Asriel, ah! A Tum Beast. It is a close one. Like, on the one hand, Noelle definitely has weird and embarrassing history search, internet searches. On the other hand, yeah, Asriel's out here doing God knows what. But whatever it is, Chris is like, player, you're not allowed to see. I can't let the otherworldly being that's possessing my body know what my brother is up to. I can't. I'll die first. He's not even wise enough to cover his tracks. I mean, a lot of teenagers are not smart enough to do that. You would be shocked how, like, I have a friend who works in, like, library services for a school, and that includes, like, screening out potentially dangerous stuff that kids talk about using the school computers. You would not believe what kids, like, will search for and say using a totally not secure school computer. Like, I'm just gonna post, like, my, you know, raunchy RPF fanfiction using, you know, the school's library. That'll be fine. Nobody will notice it. Girls kissing. Meanwhile, Susie's like, what's Roblox? I just want to play the skateboard game. Well, yeah, they do that for a school computer. Specifically, what they're looking for is stuff like kids being like, hey, I'm gonna come to school with a gun, or hey, I'm gonna kill myself. Like, you know, stuff that's like actually dangerous. You want to catch that in a school setting. But of course, you're also gonna catch, you know, anything else that's filtered that might be, you know, violent or sexual, and that includes fan fiction. It's me. How to breathe fire? You can do it, Susie. I believe in you. You can breathe fire one day. Have to ask an embarrassing question. Alright, back to our friend Tenna, who's like, haha, I win. I mean, that sounds like a joke, but no, that is literally a thing you have to watch out for. And like, if it's that easy to catch, then you want to catch it, because you don't want a horrible thing happening to, you know, these poor 13-year-olds. Life's hard enough. But no, like, you would be shocked by, like, how often kids will just look up, like, deeply inappropriate things in an unsecure setting. They just haven't been taught otherwise. Or maybe they don't have access to a computer otherwise. So, yeah, they're just so curious. The point of that filter is not to be like, how dare you look up that, you know, investigate, you know, bad things on the internet, children, you can't do that. It's literally to catch, like, okay, is this person going to harm themselves or harm others? We need to check. Like, and intervene if that's the case. No, it should not be used as a censorship tool. That doesn't work. The internet is forever. Wait, how is she 1/3? I don't think that's how parenting works. The fractions don't go that way. What happened? New weird biology happening all the time. Oh no! See, this just makes me glad that, like, the internet was not a thing that you used, really, until, like, I was in middle high school. Like, I didn't have internet when I was a kid. But I started using internet regularly as a teenager. I didn't have it as a kid. And now I'm kind of like, you know what, I think I might have, that might have been for the best. Not like, kids today are stupid and meh. Like, it's more of like this is a difficult world to navigate. I'm glad I didn't have to deal with that particular challenge. Yeah, especially back in the day, like, there just was not much in the way of, like, filters, so you could just kind of accidentally stumble across something that could be really upsetting, and you just had to kind of deal with that. And it is good to, like, you know, be able to know how to deal with that. Just trying to shelter everybody all the time, that doesn't really work. Yeah, I didn't have a phone either until I was, like, high school, or actually probably more like college. But that was because smartphones just didn't exist when I was younger, so there was no reason for me to have one. Yeah, most internet, even when I did have internet, that happened on our, you know, large desktop computer. That was not something you had in your pocket with you at all times. That's good, though. It's good to watch books and and read terrible sitcoms. It's good to know what you're saying with your own mouth. It's good to read books and watch terrible sitcoms. Although ideally, good sitcoms would be better to watch. How far we've come, indeed. I was fairly sheltered when I was a kid, but at least, like, I wasn't sheltered in the sense of, like, my parents were like, you can't do that, that's not okay for kids. Like, they would kind of let me read whatever I wanted. As long as I was reading. So I probably was a better reader when I was a kid than I am now. Yeah, I don't have much time to read. Again, I do have my audiobooks that I put on while I'm doing my chores, and that's helped a bit. But it's hard to find time to, like, sit down with a Pages book, so audiobooks have been how I've been getting, you know, my literature fix. And again, I am enjoying them. I'm finally getting some books I would not have gotten to otherwise. Bad games, like Undertale. Yeah, I had, like, one of those old Nokia bricks for a while, and that was probably, like, I don't even think I had it in high school. I think it was just college things when I got it. Indie fiction is fun. I'm glad that there's a lot of cool fiction out there. Yeah, I am thankful for the library. Visit your local library and get a book. Or an audiobook. Or a DVD. They have all of that. I am not into One Piece. I haven't watched One Piece. I've heard it's good. I just haven't seen it. Or read it. Either one. Kind of wild to me now that there's, like, live action versions of anime. Back in, like, the 90s, early 2000s, that would have blown my mind. And I was like, yep, we're gonna do One Piece as a Netflix series. That's kind of wild. Are we on page 2? Sheesh, still so much left to do. Oh yeah, I imagine that would be interesting. Yeah, like I said, I'm currently reading The Dispossessed by Ursula K. Le Guin. And I had I'm like, okay, you know, I should actually read Mary Shelley's Frankenstein since I'm going to watch the movie. I haven't read the book. I should read that. And I was on hold for the longest time at my library. And then The Dispossessed became available first. So I'm like, okay, I'll check out that. And I'm still working on it. And now it's like, Frankenstein is available. And I'm like, you can't do it. I'm still working on The Dispossessed. It's like, your hold lapsed. Away it goes. Bye-bye. You'll have to wait 8 weeks again. And I'm like, ugh. For, you know, first world problems probably to have, but gosh darn, that is the one problem with library is that you gotta wait your turn. You can't listen to it whenever you want. You can listen to it really quick while you got it. Because other people have their turn to read things. I think I put Moby Dick on my wait list too, because I was like, that's another classic I should actually like read. Or listen to in this case. It's okay to be a slow reader, as long as you're doing it. It just takes me a while to get through the books because I don't have them on all the time. I just have them on when I'm like doing chores around the house. And I do chores regularly, but not constantly. So it'll take me a while to like, if it's like a, 12-hour audiobook, it's going to take me a few weeks to get through that. It'll take me a little bit. Some of the books I've had to check out twice. Alright, are we done with this page? I think so. Onward! I'm like, oh crap, Chris has been bubbled. Not bubbles. I've trapped you in my sinister bubble. 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 Damn, Chris, you live like this? Not well, that's for sure. Wrong layer. Use the layer, Kronk. Wrong layer. Probably safer. Tenna thinks so. That's his argument. It's fine, they're safe. No, nothing will hurt you ever again. Which really is like, I don't know, that's one of like my fear squick things. Again, that whole ending with Porky and Mother 3, and I'm like, oh, I don't like this. That upsets me. They're very happy. Everything is fine and nothing is ruined. There are no problems whatsoever. This is a very rough skeleton. Pirates is like, that's not accurate. That is true. Why do they even have that layer? True. I'm glad your legs are not crushed, yeah. And to be fair, this is probably going to be a better outcome than the deal with Miss Mizzle, which is not going to be a fun time. I'm still not sure what the worst time has been. It's probably been Jebel so far. That was a pretty bad one. Which fight am I gonna draw? Oh yeah, there's a lot of psychological damage happening. Oh yeah, they were burned by acid by Queen. That was so. I guess choose which ending is the worst so far. Yeah, I am gonna do Miss Mizzle probably next, just to hop back and forth a little bit. It was either that or E-Ram. I kind of think I want to do Miss Mizzle next. So pop over chapter 3, then chapter 4, then back to 4, and etc. etc. Hopefully it'll be a bit shorter than this one too. Oh, they're finally happy. Surely nothing will, interrupt this. Susie with little itty bitty dragon wings. I hope she gets some kind of wings in canon. She needs to look badass and cool. We need some super cool moment like that. It'll be awesome. You think just because it would be cool it's a theory? Yeah, boss. Whatever. Yeah. I kind of wonder if a big AU community will pick up once we have the whole game, or if it will kind of stay on the smaller side compared to Undertale. Everybody just wants the Sanses. By all known laws of aviation, Susie should not be able to fly. Yeah, like whatever, keep drinking acid. Ow! Sip, ow! Sip, ow! It does depend on how the game ends. I am quite certain I'll want to do some things. Go invent 500 skeletons. Go invent 500 Chris's. Wait, it's all Chris? Always has been. No, do look that deep into it. That's the Batat way, the way of the green pippins. They all form a bubble around them. Chris like, no, stop it. I have PTSD from bubbles and everything else. Go invent 500 of everything and then have a battle royale. True. This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. Good guys, bad guys, and explosions. As far as the eye can see. Nope, not in this case. Yeah, that is true. Chris would win the battle royale. I'm sorry. They've had like a year of fighting giant, horrible demon god monsters. They can take on other teenagers without much problem. Your teenage ways don't scare me. Alright, thanks a bunch for coming. Appreciate you being here. I'm gonna go until noon, my time, and then I will stop. So I will need stuff like lunch, and etc. All fun and games until they pull up with an already bloodied sword. They're like, whose blood is that? And Chris is like, I don't know, I don't care. Probably mine, soon yours. You fools, the horrors are my friends now. Moms, ooh, burn. That would probably make the other Chris's pretty scared. Like, See, there wouldn't be any blood left behind after Susie nommed on them. Very bloodless. For now. Honestly, I gotta kind of work out, okay, what are all the warnings I'm gonna have to put on this particular part? I just know there's gonna be something I forget. They need it for the aura. Susie, you need to save some blood for me in order for me to have aura. She's like, I don't know what that is, and I don't care. Blood is tasty. I want it in all my baked goods. Funny enough, that's canon Susie, too. She's like, heck yeah, I'm gonna pretend that this food is blood. That's cool. Scottish people be like... good baked good. Could use some more blood, though. Isn't that just in the Frankenstein movie I'm watching? Wasn't there a part where they're like, hey... Frankenstein's mom, you need to have more blood in your diet, so we dip this like pastry into blood for you. Something. I couldn't quite tell. It looked like blood. Good movie so far. Not Scottish though, so. He's like, hey, that's my human that was gonna get me more humans that you put in a bubble. Unbubble them this instant. It is slept on. That is another one of my things of like, okay, I think Susie bleeding is unique because that's not the first time that Noelle's been like, okay, food is blood, but I don't understand that. You aren't beating the allegations. No. She will not try. Too bad they just ran out of blood. If Susie says it's food, then it's food. True. For Susie, lots of things are food. Yeah, Susie gets associated with blood a lot. Like a kind of a weird amount. Kind of a weird amount. Well, kind of weird without that part of Tenna there. Obey the Susie. Her food word is food law. Someone should make a theory about that. I think Noelle would eat an animal product. It seems like they're more likely to, you know, eat things, but I don't think she would like it very much. I think she's kind of like, because she is an herbivore. Because, like, herbivores can eat meat. Usually they just, it makes them feel real bad depending on the herbivore. So I think she would avoid meat if possible, but if she ate it, she'd probably be like, okay, like, just not enjoy the experience. It's about nature of predators. I forgot his mandibles again! Ah! This stupid television! I say, yelling at myself. Yeah, that deer that ate a bird. Seriously. Alright. Fine, Tenna. Here you go. Here's your dumb mirror mandibles. I hope you're happy. At least I remembered them. It's all your fault, I say to myself. Yeah, she would give the meat to Susie. I'm kind of sad that they cut, like, the Giga Salad and more signs that, like, Susie is carnivorous while Noelle is herbivorous. Because that seems to be the case, where Noelle's like, yep, I eat a lot of fresh greens. I don't really want to eat any meat. By the way, is Susie carnivorous? Question mark? It predicted Snowgrave. guess there are a lot of like unique items and stuff, so I'm not surprised they would get rid of one of them. And certainly humans are omnivorous. But Susie does seem to definitely prefer meat to other things. She's not super big on plants. She will eat them, but she's kind of like bleh. Like kableh. She's definitely, at the very least, she's not getting the diet she's supposed to be getting. Or just not being fed at all. She does like apples. I would imagine that most monsters are omnivores. Yes, that is true. Carnivores will eat plants. The same way that some herbivores will eat meat, some carnivores will eat plants, and it's basically because they're like, you need a little bit of supplement for something. It's not the main part of your diet, but there's something that plants have that meat doesn't, and vice versa, and you need that still, so you're gonna grab a little bit of it. Yeah, it's good. It's good for the stomach. It gets again, there's some nutrients in there that you can't find in meat that, you know, you don't need a lot of them if you're a carnivore, but you still need a little bit. Yeah, my assumption is that the dreamers are omnivores, and my assumption is that most monsters are omnivores. There's just a couple that are carnivorous or herbivorous. Yeah, there are some animals that are like hyper carnivorous. And that I think is especially a sense of like, okay, what's available in this environment? And if you're a polar bear, probably your nutrients are pretty much all coming from meat. An apple a day keeps the stomach parasites away. Susie's love of eating apples, that's going to become important later. I guarantee you. Unfortunately, the polar bears are finding grass now because the ice is melting. What I find interesting, they've found some species of polar bears that are like, because, you know, polar bears are not doing great because of the ice melting. They've started mating with Kodiak bears, and we're getting Kodiak polar bear hybrids, and that's a little scary. Kind of like a coy wolf situation. They're like, well, it's not a polar bear, but it's close enough, sure. And apparently they're viable. We're starting to get a few bears that are mixes between polar and Kodiak bears. So we'll see what happens with that. I like polar bears, but they are terrifying. They have good shapes, but they will kill you and crush your skull. Uh-oh, ad. Alright, we'll wait for the ad to be over before we finish talking. In the meanwhile, we're still working on our dear friend Aunt Tenna. Oh my gosh, okay, as soon as I finish this, I gotta stop and do a stretch break. Time flies when you're talking about polar bears and carnivorous stuff and drawing a big ant. Right, do I want Chris in the? I think I want Chris in the special lines. I'm not drawing everybody in those little balls. Use your imagination. Only Chris we know has been bubbled. And of course, the reference I always think of is fucking bubbles. Yeah, some shading will do the trick. There's a person in there probably. Figure it out. Okay. Stretch break time, and then we'll do one more of these. Stretch break time. Where are we? We're on page 12 out of 18, so we're about 2/3 of the way there. We're getting there. Do probably a little more of this today after stream. Yeah, it's like Chris got bubbled. Watch out for the bubbles. They'll get you. This whole part has so much effects stuff going on with it. I really need to make a new mix for my car of chapter 3 and 4 remixes, because there's a lot of good ones. Gotta figure out, basically I gotta pick out like which take I like the best. There's a lot of good ones, so it's hard to choose sometimes. Well, I definitely don't know the reference because I never watched SpongeBob. They did get put in gay baby jail again. I missed all the SpongeBob. I didn't watch it. I think I was a little too old for it when it was out. When it was in its heyday. So most of the SpongeBob memes just absolutely fly over my head. The SpongeBob window passed me. So I'll be like, have you ever watched SpongeBob? I'm like, no, I haven't. I don't know the reference. What dangers do bubbles possess in SpongeBob of the SquarePants Under the Sea? I know I don't have it. There's no room for SpongeBob lore. All I have are thoughts about Susie Deltarune. I'm sorry. Susie's taking up like at least 60% of my brain. There's no space for SpongeBob. I'm really sorry. I try and squeeze in, room for other things, but then Susie's just like, no, me. And I'm like, fair enough. No thoughts, only lizard in the brain. Extremely true. I can only think of purple dragons, just like Asriel. his weird drawings and his weird internet searches. I'm so curious to see him finally get back to us. What will you be doing, sir? The lizard pressing pressing Susie. Exactly. Just that over and over. Did I say no purple dragons? Did I? Alright, I'll be right back for one more stretch, and then we'll finish this up. Alrighty, I return. Yeah, I feel like once we see Asriel, he needs to at least be like built like a fridge like his parents. Computer, activate iguana. I know we all like our twink Asriel, but I think I might prefer fridge Asriel. Makes Chris feel all the weirder. All my family are built like fridges. Well, I am skinny human. Oh, ouch. Oh no, I just got one of those things where, like, the bottom of your foot itches. No! No! Mom, when will I become a fridge? Well, honey, maybe some protein shakes or something? But I hate those. Burger Pants being like, I got one of those kits online to make yourself more wide and like a fridge. They don't work! The wide song is heard. Just a big bear of a guy. A chunky boy. First hitting the gym, I have to become swollen like my family. See, you just say wide Asriel, and I just think of like the moment in the, pacifist boss battle where, now you'll see my true power, wide, and then they switches to the other form. They get lean fit, and they're like, no, I want it to be huge, no. That's too wide. I have to tone that down, Asriel. That's too wide for us. Just stretching power. I'm not sure how they would have done that otherwise, so I'm glad they just did it like wide's real. Try to aim for more vertical. Eating chips and salsa. That is true. Like, I wouldn't be upset about Twink Asriel. I would kind of, at this point, I'd be like, I hope he's big. But I'm also kind of hoping for, like, larger Des, too. I don't really want her to be skinny. Like, we already have Noel for that. Yeah, it's okay if he's not, like, built like Asgore, who's just big. This big fat stinky loser is super huggable. Everyone in the town loves him. Oh no, he's like, everybody in the town loves him, and then he goes to college and then got that syndrome of, like, you were the gifted child. And then in college you're just a regular kind of doofy guy. Do I have a design? I've kind of flipped back and forth a little bit, but I'd say my most recent one that I did for the animatic is the closest one I like so far. Which in that one I made her a little bit larger, a little bit chunkier, but also like kind of gave her like a bit more of a undercut sort of thing, but curly hair. Yeah, I really like Bisquia's. I can't pronounce it. I really like Bisquia's thing, so I wanted to kind of like take elements from that. I'm like, okay, this is a fun design. So, I like that one, just kind of played with it a little bit. And we'll see what we get for canon. Yeah, scrawny. Now, speaking of death, appropriate death song. Yes, that was the same one. That was the same one that I used for the animatic. And that kind of cut where like you have like half your head shaved and then the other half of your hair kind of flipped over that shaved half. That's an undercut. Which I don't know if that's still popular, but I did try that haircut for a while and I kind of liked it. It's a little fun. It's kind of nice to do. Aha, we have a request. Mimikyu. Okay, I can do Mimikyu. Sure, let's pull that up. I like Mimikyu too. Alright, let's do this little guy. Doodle time. We're gonna do a little Mimikyu in the corner. We've added quite a few this session. Alright, do 6. Here we go with Doodle. I love how popular Mimikyu got, like, immediately. Mystery Abyss is pretty good. What's my favorite ghost Pokemon? I'm not sure. I do like the Chandelure line. Look at this guy. Mimikyu does deserve all the love. Okay, got a little stick out there. Might make him a little bit smaller, kind of cramped. Alright, Mimikyu! Making sure that's correct. Thank you for the sketch request. Yeah, it's got to like see out of its costume. There we go. Thank you. We're getting the page done. We're like 2/3 of the way through the page. Thank you guys for filling out the requests. I think there's like a couple of Pokemon on that page. To be honest, I think there's an Articuno on there. Oh, Skeledirge is really good. That was my starter for Paldea. I liked the little crocodile pepper, ghost pepper. So Skeledirge, good choice. Oh, you know, I really like the Honedge line. The Ghost Sword. I really like that one. Good ghost Pokemon. Welcome back. Yeah, Chess been very cute, but I'm not sure on the evolutions. I don't know if I'll be able to tag them all. If I did that, I'd probably need help, because some of these have been done like weeks apart, so I don't remember everybody's like OCs and stuff like that. Oh, I love Houndstone. Houndstone's really good. What's my favorite starter? I'm not sure. I actually really like Froakie. I like Greninja. Sprigatito, very good. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I can try and, but some of these are, like, little weird ideas. Like, there's some, like, sands covered in moss for some reason. And, like, older Ralsei and, you know, like, Ram is in here. A Bidoof, you know, was also a bun. So, some of them are, like, more specific. Susie with human ears, stuff like that. I'm doing whatever. Quaxley's very good. Honestly, all of the Paldea starters were, like, top tier. Oh, thank you for the bits. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Y'all are so cool. Thank you for hanging out with me. It's been a good stream so far. Rowlet, also good. I'm trying, like, is there a starter I don't like? I don't know. It's hard to think of that. no, ate your quesadilla. No. There's no nothing with cheese. You've been denied anything with cheese. Good grief. Tragedy. Are they arguing? They're upset because, oh crap, this is our person that's letting us get to the light world, and now they've been bubbled, and we don't know if they're gonna get out. Because Tenna's like, nope, they're my prisoner forever. I win. Rouse is also sad about this, because it's like, no! My human! That's my human. I purchased them fair and square. You can't just take that for your own. Yep, Tenna's got Chris. Never take someone's quesadilla, or their Chris, or their Chrisadilla. Never do it. Or else this is why you keep the receipts. He's got the receipt back at the castle, probably. I can't just carry them around everywhere. Simple strategy. Build a trebuchet and shoot rocks at Chris's bubble. Alright. Oh, look who it is. It's the Asriel. That's our guy. Apple scented. Apple flavored. And he's probably got pockets. It's magical, but... It's like, I'm a demon. I shouldn't have to show the receipts. You should just believe me. Let's slingshot it. So yeah, they're debating like, crap, how are we going to get Chris out of there? Susie, launch Rousey! Apple flavored. I gotta do a couple parts with focusing on Asriel again. Asriel's adventures with annoying dog. But if he acknowledges slavery, he probably would be like, what? No, it's not slavery. I'm helping them. I'm doing a lot for you. Yeah, I own them, but this is a demon thing. It's not the same as your human slavery. Is it going to be a Susie's idea? You know what? There might kind of be in the Miss Mizzle part. The Miss Mizzle one is where actually Susie steps up and actually saves Chris when nobody else can figure out what to do. Although that was kind of supposed to be also more paralleling like Susie working out her healing. Obviously that's not a case here, but just a case of like, okay, you joke, that's literally what happens. You guessed it. You guessed it. Good job. You guessed it. She just, that's how she fixes it. She's like, fuck it, I'll just drink it. That's the solution. Nobody else thought to do that. That's her power. Sorry, it's very funny. You just guessed it. You guessed the twist. It's not much of a twist, but it's still funny. I'm sorry, there's a lot of that in this. I'm actually kind of wondering, like, do I need to, like, warn Fervor in this one or the next one? Because Susie eats a bunch of minions in this one, and then in the Miss Mizzle one, she eats Chris again to try and help them, and that doesn't help. And Ralsei is like, stop it! Eating them is not going to help. So Susie's like, okay, I'll try something else. Yeah, loud straw noises, boba drinking noises. People are going to start asking questions. I don't know what to tell you at this point, because, like, they're giant monsters that eat people. I'm trying to vary it up. Like, at least the Miss Mizzle one's also, like, you know, water torture, stuff like that. But that is Susie's usual solution to problems in this universe, is I'll just eat it. I can do that. And everybody else, and all the other ones will do it too, just not as much as Susie will. So I'm like, shoot. What do I warn for in this one? I don't know if it counts in this one or not, since, like, she's just eating a bunch of minions. I'm like, does it count if it's, like, minions, or is it, like, have to be, like, an actual person like Chris? Not false accusations. I don't know, people can think what they want. I mean, they can, like, talk and stuff. So, does that count? Does Tenna count as a robot? I don't think they have robots in this universe, so probably not. He's kind of a big bug. A cyborg? They don't have robots. They don't even have electricity. Well, that's not actually a TV. It's a mirror. It's magic mirrors. It's all glass. So, not robots, mirrors. Like hard carapaces and stuff like that. I actually raised up my finger to do that, even though you can't see it. Yeah, there's not much detail and focus on it. Not in this part. She's just kind of nomming them. It's like not super front and center. I'm pretty sure the bigger things are like the trypophobia, and trypophobia, insects, hallucinations. That's probably going to be bigger warnings. Yep, this is ancient era. No electricity. Those are mirrors. So I have to find something for him to say other than it's TV time, because he can't do that. Yeah, Chris is happy for a moment. It's not gonna last very long. Yeah, she would object to that. Because the thing with Miss Mizzle is that she's very wordy. I'm gonna have to figure out like how to write her dialogue, because she is like really like archaic, you know, kind of medieval sounding dialogue. Chris will need all the therapists, but they don't have any in medieval times, or maybe they did. I don't know. I don't know medieval history. Okay, this one's done, I think. All right, we can squeeze in a little bit more on the next page. Not that much. Whoa, I have the funny Gaster number. Yay! Ah, Gaster number. Now I have to... I don't know what to do with that. Or the evil number, but I don't want to be the evil number. I just want to do like the funny Gaster number. That's better. Alright, look at all these happy memories Chris had. Draw Gaster. I haven't figured out Jackenstein yet. I haven't done it. I want to, but I just don't know what to do for him. I know I need to. That is on my to-do list. Oh, now that I've done Gaster, I have to delete everything. No! No, don't ask for Gaster, then I'll have to delete the whole page. No! But the whole point is that in canon, he's like, you know, he's supposed to be scary, but he's actually a sweet guy. That's probably why I'm struggling with it, because I'm like, I don't know what to do with him. Like, how do I do that counter of, you know, he's supposed to be scary, but he's actually sweet here. Well, I'll be speaking in wingdings. No, that's hard. I don't know how to do that. I need one of those translator things or whatever. Also, I don't really want to make him the same, because I want to stick with Lancer as the only one that's the same between canon and stuff. Yeah, I could do like a reverse where you think he's sweet, but he's actually really scary. I would just have to figure out how to do that design-wise. No, this Gaster is actually freaky. We just never see him. Because I don't want to do too many where it's like, you know, there's actually, you know, a friendly demon. Because I want Lancer to be special that way. Because he's Lancer. Who is scary but sweet? Huh? Noelle, kinda. I guess she's got her own creepiness. I probably wouldn't do a scene with Jackenstein anyway, because I haven't had any, like, ideas to do with him. But I do want to do, like, a design of some kind. I just gotta get my brain in gear and figure it out. Because I like Jackenstein. He's a cutie. And I'm sure we're going to see him again, too. Because, hey, reasons. Yeah, in terms of scenes I need to do, I want to do the Miss Mizzle one. I wanted to do the one with Eram. I wanted to do I need to do another scene with Chris and Sean. Probably one like way towards the end. And I need to do I wanted to do Meeting Caddy and Jockington. I want to do that too. And then I do have to do, like, some major scenes with Asriel for, like, story purposes, for back, you know, lore. I'll take it off and nuke it from orbit. No. I did watch Alien. Never saw the sequels to it, though. That was a long time ago. Yeah, this is slightly younger Chris. Like when they were first adopted. Memories of long ago. I like the dancing pumpkins. So they don't have any shoes. They were on the street. Oh my goodness, my time is almost up. Time flew by. Oh my goodness. I'm having fun. But I gotta also eat my lunch and take care of my wrists and all that stuff. But I'm having fun. And I don't know if I'll be able to do this next week either, because I'm hoping to finish this part this week, but, you know, depends on how lucky I am. Get back on the art. Gotta do it. I really want to finish it this week because this is like my downtime week from work, so if there's ever a time to do it, now is the time. Well, Asgore does often play Santa. In canon. A smiling, chubby man who likes to surprise people. That's right, Santa! No, I'll stop as soon as we finish this particular part. And if you want, you guys can have a little sneak peek ahead. See how Chris gets out of it. Out of this predicament. This one upcoming page is going to be such a pain in the butt to do. It was a pain in the butt to do a roughs for, but I hope it looks cool when it's done. Okay, no sneak peeks. We can avoid sneak peeks if you want. Up to you guys. That's a little further ahead, but so I think I only prepared like up to 6 total, and this part goes up to 9. So we won't see the ending of it, but it's up to you guys. Do you want a sneak peek ahead? Let me know before we finish. This is the Tenna battle. Oh, when is it supposed to take place? I mean, it's in the rough chapter 3 area. So chronologically, it comes before they meet Garrison and stuff like that. Yes, please, to sneak peek? Okay. It'll just be a very, very brief one. Again, we're not going to go all the way to the end because I don't have all those pages prepared yet. kind of forgot to put Toriel and Asgore here previously. I'm like, I gotta add them in real fast. I'm like, how did I forget them? Yes, Chris has happy memories. Then those got messed up. Yeah, it's almost worse because, like, things used to be so much better. Things were not horrible nightmare all the time. Alright, I forgot memory stuff, and then Sham coming in here at the end. Oh! Chris has pie! Chris has spooking Alfies, all this other stuff. Etc., etc. But then they do slash their own way out with their own sword because they're that cool. Soul magic with real orphans would be a great deal. True. They do get boosted attack. They're like, pretty much like, die, 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 die here. Like, I'm gonna get you. And then, super beast attack. Break all of his mirrors. Wah! I get to draw a whole lot of cracked glass in the future. Hooray. Ugh. But made decent progress. Again, I'm on page 4 out of 9 for part 2. Yeah, Chris, you just got, reminded of all the good things you lost in your life. No need to be so triggered. Nope, they have bad times with this. It's supposed to kind of reflect that, yeah, for as much as Chris is having fun with Tenna in canon, they're also kind of like really mad at Tenna, especially after Sword Root. Yeah, again, I'm hoping, crossing fingers, that I will finish this part this week. If not, it'll be soon after that, but wish me luck that I'll finish the rest of it this week while I have time. We will dive into it more. Informative of it. But yes, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Yeah, I don't think Chris is having much, like, in canon, true. More to think about, I guess. But yes, I've had a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for coming to the stream. It's been a really fun time. I really appreciate you being here. Y'all are very cool. Your 4 a.m. bedtime. Yes, please go get sleep. You will get sleep and I will get lunch, and then we will do more later. And yes, there will also be more off on Sunday, and then more art next week. So yes, thank you guys so much for coming. I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and that your week goes well. All that other good stuff. I super appreciate you being here, and yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. And I will go stretch and eat and all that, and I will see you all next time. Alrighty, I will see you later.